Well, the new album's going to be called Empty Heads Festival, and it's divided into three segments, I guess. The first segment would be the songs that kind of repeat the sound of Homeless, the songs that pretty much go in the same direction as Homeless did, and that we want to emphasize our identity. There's another segment of the album where we go back even further to our roots, which we always do. We search for those elements that made us be a band in the first place. And there's a part of the album that clearly points to our future, indicating new directions and new alternatives of music, so to say. And we always combine sort of these three elements to finish a 10-song album. This time around we wrote 20 songs for the record, and we selected two batches. So the first 10-song batch is coming soon, and the other batch, I guess, will be released in the future. The album cover was created by a friend of ours, a European very talented artist called Grela. She depicted perfectly our intentions. I think overall the album is maybe less complex musically than Homeless. Songs are more straightforward, and there's not so much polishing. I guess the songs are because of the angry nature of this album. I think the songs themselves are a little more in your face. They're not so embellished. I think as a general, Empty Heads Festival went into this more grungy, in-your-face direction, whereas Homeless was more poetic and had some doomy and slower elements. I think the new album works better live. We had a chance to try these new songs live in Porto Alegre, and they worked really great. So we're really confident that the new material translates better live. The 10 songs that made into Empty Heads Festival, some of them were written recently, so to say, because the songs from Homeless were written mostly during the recording of Dark Sparks. So it was a long time without writing new material. The first song of the album, Stronger as One, was actually the last song written for from these sessions. It was a tribute to Chris Cornell, who had passed away weeks prior. So we felt like we had to write something in tribute, and it ended up being a really strong, heavy melodic song. The second one, Stop the Town, was a song more straightforward, and it contains a little cinematic moment there, and a contribution from Vinicius, the guest keyboard player. We also put in as track 3 Loaded and Lonely, which sounds a bit like the melodic moments of Homeless. Then we have Losing Battle, which has a 2005 sort of vibe, so to say, a bit of Dark Sparks influence. Song 5, Ashes of the Apathy, and one of our best lyrics, no question. The song also more melodic, some similarities from The Undertaker, from Homeless, goes into this stained creed characteristic, I guess. What's important to remember is that Empty Heads Festival is more an angrier record, so it has more social driven songs. It's not a punk rock record itself, but contains a bit more of this angry side, social side of ours. The track 6 is See You Crash. I guess it's our most adventurous song for the record. It's got a little electronics section there, but ends up very surprisingly, and once again contains great arrangements by Vinicius Miller. Then track 7, it's Chemical. We wrote the song really early in our careers, and it's been a request from the old school guys that still follow us. Why don't you play Chemical in one of your records? We decided to play record the song this time around, and it made sense since the song has a more political sort of intention there, and we were trying to do a more grungier, dirtier album. Then it made sense to bring it back. Then Angels we have heard on high. It's our fastest song. Clock is in at 2 minutes and a half or something. It's 100% our band, but faster and more energetic than usual, bringing back influences from the 90s and 2000s, and it's a result that made us very happy. Then we have Band Black T-Shirt as the 9th song. First ideas of this song also are 20 years old or something, but never went anywhere, these initial ideas. But now a few years later, I decided to try to finish this song, and fortunately was able this time around. The song finishes with Make It Right, which is a song in a different tuning. We're trying something new here. We have a string quartet played by a friend of ours, David Griffiths, and that's more, I won't say positive song itself, but bringing a little hopeful message by the end. The album was produced by mostly by Palmor Pedretti Jr., a very good professional from Porto Alegre, famous worldwide. Had great contributions for the record, really clever ideas, really took it to the next level, and I think you're gonna love it.